All right, my name is Monica Madrid with Football is Sexy, and we are here with the squad, Emshay and Sanaz, and we are going to get into it.
Week 3.
What an amazing week, right? I mean, so much to unpack. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, we had 2 Monday night games, and that is not even like what we want to talk about because Sunday was just fire.
Yeah.
Are you guys with me on that?
I mean, week 3, I there's a lot of words I'd use for week 3, but I think we would be, we'd be dumb to not start by talking about one of the greatest offensive performances we've ever seen with the Miami Dolphins. I mean, 70 points, guys. 70.
I know. Almost the all-time record, which is very impressive for the Dolphins.
I mean,
well, I was going to talk about first the Monday night games and get them out of the way.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, but if you want to start with the fire of the weekend,
I for sure do.
And then we'll talk about what happened last night. But Miami, 70 points, 70, 10 touchdowns.
Yes.
Like that's like college game scores, right? Like for Raheem Mostert, my boy, formerly with the Niners, which we'll get into. So not happy about that trade. And the other running back, I think, was it the running back or the wide receiver?
Everybody had
touchdowns.
Everybody had targets.
It was like Oprah. You get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was clicking. I mean, it's whatever they did was working. If they had a pass play, it was a touchdown. They had a running play, it was a touchdown. I mean, Mostert was great. Hill was great. The rookie came out was great. I mean, Tua is just firing right now. He is so. That team is so well balanced, and that's the best word I can use, is the Miami Dolphins are balanced. They are covered in every area. Defensively, they're strong. Offensively, they're strong. I mean, they did go against the Broncos.
I was gonna say let's reel it in just a little bit because they did go up one of what I think to be one of the worst teams right now in the NFL. Mind you, again, there's a lot of things to unpack there with the Russell Wilson situation, with the Sean Payton situation. It's a mess in Denver. And I'm sorry, but as a Niner fan, anytime Sean Payton gets an L, I'm happy. Because I'm a Scorpio and I don't forget shit. And when you do Bounty Gate on my boys years back, I always remember that. And so for him to get the L, I wasn't sad.
I mean, if we want to bring it into relevant things today, the thing with Sean Payton is right now is I don't believe that team has an identity yet. And I think, the drama between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, when your coach is saying, I don't think my quarterback understands our plays, you just don't have the confidence.
And you're not going to get a performance out of him saying those kinds of comments publicly either. I mean, I wouldn't show up for my coach if that's how he was talking about me, right?
And you're more worried about you being nice. Like, your quarterback is a nice guy. Like, what is the problem with that?
I think you knew that when you hired him. I mean, it's pretty much his public image, right?
But remember this. So Peyton has a 5-year contract, right? This is his fun year. He's just having fun. This is a scholarship year, we'll call it, So to him, whatever, if things don't work out this year, no big deal. I'll get a better draft pick next year. I'll get a better quarterback, and we'll just, start all over. Which sucks to think, right? Like that's hard to think as a Broncos fan, but it was like a practice game. I felt like I was watching a high school football team.
And for
take
the
on a
newer
college
fans,
team.
I want to point out it was almost the highest scoring game in NFL history. But I thought it was really classy how they didn't do a field goal at the end when they could have. They said publicly too that in a press conference that they made that choice to not go for the field goal, to not just kind of punish the team unnecessarily even further, which I thought was really classy.
So that's Mike Daniels made that call. Mike Daniels is the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. And Dolphin fans, you're welcome. Another Niner. Just did I make that clear? That Raheem Mostert was a Niner with his 4 touchdowns. And yes, I'm going to take credit for the head coach. Mike McDaniels was also with the Niners. He was our offensive coach for, he was with the organization for 4 years. I loved Mike. I hated seeing him go. Sometimes I wonder what is happening. As a fan, sometimes we love our players, our coaches, and when they go, you're just like, what happened? Mike McDaniels is one of those coaches that is also, the players love him.
Yeah.
Like, he's just the vibe. Like, Mike McDaniels is, by the way, did you see the memes? Like, he looks exactly like Pete Davidson when he was younger. If you look at his older photo, by the way.
I wish we had those right now. Yeah.
By the way, Mike McDaniels was the ball boy for Denver. Okay?
Fun fact.
I don't know if you guys know this little fact. Yeah, I come with my little facts, right? And when he wanted to become a head coach, Denver wouldn't even give him an interview.
Wow.
Did not let the man interview. So the fact that he could have ran up the score and made history and decided to not do that,
What a class
I
act.
thought he's a classy dude.
Yeah.
It was a class act.
Shout out to Mike McDaniels.
Yeah.
AKA Pete Davidson.
It's hot right now.
But let's go back and just talk about the Monday night games. And I was talking to Melissa this morning on the way here, and we're like, I do not like 2 Monday night games.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
no.
old school. Monday night games, first of all, were everything back in the day. 7 o'clock, I think they used to start. You got home from work, you ate, and then you were locked in.
Yeah.
John Madden, right? Those were the Monday night days,
She's
right?
bringing the history for you new fans.
Bring the history, shows my age. I'm okay with that. But now they're starting at 5 o'clock.
Or
and-
4:15.
Or 4:15. Yeah. And you've got 2 hour, and you have like an hour delay. And I'm just like sitting there going, I like to be locked in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it. I mean, the Steelers pulled it out.
Steelers pulled it out. It was pretty. It was amazing. I thought it was a really good game. Just to go over the scores really quick. So it was Rams and Bengals, right? And it was 16-19. I mean, Burrow was coming back from his injury, so I feel like he did the best he could with what he's working with, right?
He's
a little
working with
stiff.
$19 million, and he's barely beat the Rams by 3.
Yeah.
What's happening over there?
Yeah, that was looking rough. But he did it. He pulled it out, and I think coming back from an injury, it was just great to see him on the field, and it was great to just see him perform and ultimately pull out a win. You know,
With his new haircut.
What
his
did
new
you think?
haircut.
What did you think?
I like his hair. I just this whole there's like curls right there.
Yeah.
And look, don't hate. They're gonna get mad, but we do look at things. I look at your Zoom background and I look at your hair on the field. That's what happens. Sorry. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
We're taking notice.
Yeah.
Who was the other?
No,
Okay,
if,
so
if Burrow
go
didn't
ahead.
show up last night, it was going to be done.
Right.
Done.
To me, if he did not, if they didn't pull out that victory last night, like the Bengals were done this
And I
season.
mean, the rest of the season, what do you think?
Trash.
I feel like he's He's going to get re-injured. I feel like it's just a matter of time until he gets
think
re-injured.
If we all go back to the podcast prior to season,
Right.
when we all talked about his injury in the first place,
Right.
one of us said, and I don't want to say it was me, but I think one of us said, like, it is worse than they're making it out to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I think it
that
was you.
calf injury,
Yeah.
like that was much worse
Yeah.
than they're making it out to be.
Well, and here's the thing too. As a coach or organization, you haven't won a game. You're 2 games down. Your guy's probably still hurt,
Yeah.
and you risk more injury. But it's like I went over the stats of what it's like if you go 2-0. I mean 0-2.
Yeah.
I didn't pull the stats for 0-3, but it's like you're not going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, just-
especially right now. Like
Yeah.
if you don't, so they had to put this guy in and risk injury, and we'll see. It's going to be.
it's not going to be. Yeah, it's going to be a slow decline the rest of the season. I think, unfortunately for the team, but it was great when it lasted.
I mean, and then our other game.
Okay, Eagles and Bucks, right? 25-11. The Eagles are kind of coming back, which I think is impressive. We weren't sure how they were going to turn out this season versus last season. Made a little bit of a comeback, but again, they are playing Tampa Bay, so it's a little
All I know
hard.
is that Evans got me 13 fantasy points, so I had a great game. Yeah, he had.
You're
I
so
think
selfish.
I am. I really am. He had a rushing touchdown, so I was really excited
See,
about that.
You fantasy players.
But
are
I'm very
selfish.
honest. I actually missed a lot of the game last night. I was a guest of a very dear friend of mine, Jim Shank. I was at Monday Night Raw.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was watching a little bit of football on my phone while watching wrestling, so it was fun. We were blending the worlds. But I did catch
love
that
it.
game. Jalen looked pretty good.
They didn't
Right?
look great. I'm sorry.
they didn't look
They
great.
didn't look like the Eagles last year.
No,
I
no.
mean, here's the thing. There's 3 teams that are now, and then there were 3, right?
Yeah,
San Francisco 49ers, Miami Dolphins,
yeah.
and the Eagles are all undefeated.
I would not have thought that if you would have said
Really?
Throwing a draft party.
Okay.
With the Dolphins. We're going to be one of 3 undefeated teams in week 3.
Oh, there. Yeah.
I would say the Niners.
Because the Dolphins haven't been
the
relevant
Eagles.
since Ace Ventura.
I know.
I mean, like, when's the last time the Dolphins were a relevant team? I'm sorry, Miami.
I don't think
but,
maybe not in our life.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. I mean, it's just, you know what, the quarterback situation is just so weird in week 3.
Right.
I mean, look at a
a
team
good
like
point.
the Jets.
Oh my God. Okay, but are we gonna go there right now? Let's go there.
I think we've given
it's
Monday
time.
night the attention it deserved.
It's true.
Well, we have a lot to talk about. We are going to talk about Taylor and Kelsey. Just give us a second. Let's talk about the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost think it's the Jets and Zach Wilson because they're not together. Like they are going to break up. And I mean, Sanaz, I have my thoughts.
For you
But what do
Taylor
you think
Swift
about
fans,
it?
they are never ever getting back together.
Oh, that was a good segue.
Yeah, we're gonna
throw
t-
them in
yeah.
there for you.
So here are my thoughts with Jets fans right now. You guys are living and dying on your defense. I don't think offensively you know what you're doing anymore. Let's not forget Zach Wilson was the 2nd pick in the draft. Okay,
Yeah.
he's not a bad quarterback,
Right.
But without Aaron Rodgers there to kind of mentor him a little bit, I feel like there's just no strong identity amongst the Jets. And I mean, this was a must-win game for the Patriots because Bill Belichick wasn't going to go into the season 0-3.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just make that clear. His dirty sock throwing games. But it's really hard. I feel bad for Jets fans because you really got like the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah.
And what do you do now as a Jets, head
I
coach?
watched Hard
Where
Knocks.
are you gonna go?
I was Hard Knocks made me really like endeared to them. I was a
Right.
little invested. I had watched this whole thing play out with them bonding with Aaron and Aaron mentoring Zach. You watched all of this harmony happening in Hard Knocks of how they had set up this season and their high hopes, and then to see it deteriorate to where it is now.
Well, there's nowhere to go though, Melissa. The thing is, there is no free agency quarterbacks right now. And you know what? Here's the thing: is every team who has a 2nd and 3rd quarterback is like, I'm not giving up my guy.
Yeah.
You want to propose a trade? I'm going to say no to you. Matt Ryan, maybe you want to take off the announcing, headphones and get back in here. Or Carson Wentz, where are you, Carson
I mean, I've
Wentz?
heard
Am I
cousins.
the only
I've heard
one?
cousins.
Am I the only one that saw this coming? Like, are you guys serious right now?
I didn't think it'd be this bad.
No.
This team went
There
from being a
was-
Super Bowl prediction team to this.
I said it in our other podcast. I've said it in the first or second season. I'm like, anything you build up that much, and then plus New York, plus Jet fans equals, it's probably not going to go well. It's just, and we talk about quarterbacks. Zach has been a disaster. He has been a disaster. He has had plenty of time to get it together, to be mentored. He came out cocky. I remember, oh my God, this is funny. I remember last season, I think he'd already been benched. It was like around Christmas. And there was this like video of him. He gifted all of the O-line like a moped. And
nice.
and wait. Well, you know me, I have a mouth. So I think I might have even replied. I said something like, if he really loved his O-line, he'd get him a new quarterback. Or at least I think I thought it. I don't know if I said it, but it was a joke. God, we're not going to make friends here all the time. And you have to have thick skin as a football fan.
That comment is coming back this season.
But then exactly, I'm like, and I said it. Yeah, I said it last year. Now, cut to once Aaron went down, I was telling my Jet fans, I'm like, and I was actually like trying to soften the blow. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe Zach is going to come through. Maybe he had some I saw some maturity this season, and then no. And then no.
I think he had depended on Aaron really carrying them through this season. And I don't think he was prepared. I think mentally he had checked out and thought, okay, I'm going to sit this season out. And so now to be thrown in, I think he's just lost out
But
there.
this is what happens when a team puts an entire focus around one player.
Yeah.
And the Jets built a team around Aaron Rodgers. And look what you got yourselves
Yeah, the
into
house
now.
of
That's
cards.
my point. That's my point. And I'm sorry, an aging quarterback who's going to be hurt. He's not going to come back the way he did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. By the way, you guys were probably getting ready, but when Joe Namath, legendary football quarterback for the Jets, the last person to get a Super Bowl ring for the Jets in 1969, comes out today and says get rid of him, I hurt for Zach just a little bit today.
It's hard.
Same.
And he let everybody have it. He said he basically was saying heads need to roll.
Yeah.
And Saleh sat up there after the press conference, and he's in a weird spot too because he's basically backing up Zach, but giving us lies. You're telling us that that's our guy, and
Did you hear his comment about he's the best? And he kind of retracted. He's
Right.
he's
the
the most
best
solid.
what?
He's paused the most solid chance we have this season.
Yeah. So
Oh, no.
he's in a
Even
predicament.
he speaks poorly of him publicly, not just as a number on a player mentally. Privately, what happens in the room or in the locker room between players and coaches is one thing, but like just management and coaches speaking out publicly against him, it's not going to help him perform any better.
Why are coaches doing that this year? Y'all keep it to yourselves, man. Don't be putting that out in the public and airing your dirty laundry
Messy.
out.
Messy.
It's messy.
I think it's a balance that you have to also be like, you have to be real with the people because they know. We see right through it, right? Yeah. So I think if I was Saleh, I'd be like, hey, we're gonna figure it out and we need to be better. I would go with the Belichick one-liners.
Yes.
Next question.
Yes,
You know what I
totally.
mean?
Absolutely.
Next question.
Yeah.
Next question. Speaking of next question,
All right, here we
have
go.
to go there.
Go.
We have to go there with Taylor Swift.
You guys do the Taylor part. I'll
And
talk about the game.
I think I'm the biggest Taylor Swift fan.
She
on
is,
this
though.
stage. Is it? Am I right?
I don't know. My sister kind of got me into the Swiftie this year when she went.
You know some songs, Monica?
Girl, I know it all.
Oh, okay.
I am on the Swiftie train.
Oh, I didn't
my
know.
sister, shout out to my sister Lauren. We got her tickets to go to the concert when she
SoFi
was in
show.
SoFi.
Yeah.
And through that experience, when she's staying with me, we listened to Taylor the whole weekend. So
Good.
I am on
Have
it.
you watched the Netflix specials? That's
Okay,
your
I
next,
didn't-
that's
I
your
didn't
next
watch
homework
Monica.
assignment.
I
That's
gotta-
your
I
next-
gotta-
just
that's
drop
your
it
next-
on you right
That's
now.
your next homework
Well,
assignment.
I do want to talk to you about your Taylor Swift knowledge, but I will say this. Can I give you this?
Tell me.
When they walked out, here's my thought.
When they were leaving.
When they were leaving,
Yeah.
they weren't holding hands.
Right.
So
Smart.
I have dissected, and I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
They say that they're dating, but I think that might have been the first time they met.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
No,
What do you-
no,
no, in person.
No.
Okay, how
they've
much you want to
talked.
make a bet?
I'm not betting you
A ribeye
money.
steak. Come on.
No.
I have a feeling. Think about this. They're both busy. They just started 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Right? And he's like, just literally on the podcast a week ago.
Yeah, they're both very
busy.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, meet Mama Kelsey. I'll get you VIP tickets to the suite.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to dinner after.
They must have FaceTimed or something before that.
But I'm talking about person to person.
Okay, maybe in person. It
That's
could have
my
been a
God. I'm
first
thinking-
date. I think it's a cute
And
first
that's why
date.
they weren't holding. They looked awkward.
Yeah, and I
And they
think just
looked-
also publicly. I don't know. Public
He
PDA
loves
is a
it.
little.
Kelsey is loving this.
He's living his best life. And Swifties, we are the best fans. I mean, Kelsey jerseys sales are up like in the hundreds.
400.
Yeah.
400%.
Yeah. So I mean, you're welcome, NFL. You're welcome. But they are the strongest fan base. I mean, I will not be surprised if there's a whole Swiftie section at the next game. Like it is a whole thing. It is a perfect thing for the NFL to get women and new fans more involved. I think they owe Taylor Swift.
The NFL, this is their dream come true.
Yes.
Okay. Because if you know last year, I won't even get into that, but last year it was like every football player as they're walking into practice, what's your Taylor Swift song?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. What's your Taylor Swift song? And they would all, every team. So this is the NFL's dream come true.
I thought it was really cute how they rode off in the purple convertible. Did you see them in the
Yeah.
purple convertible going off into the sunset for dinner?
Yeah.
And they went to a steakhouse that she called ahead. Taylor called ahead, and she told the managers she'd like to cover everyone's meal who was eating there, and she was going to pay for the entire bill for everybody eating there as long as they would leave right now, because she wanted to clear the restaurant before they got there so they could
what
have
a
a private
baller
dinner.
move. I love when the girl pays.
According to the
That's
waitresses, yes, according to the servers, everybody was very agreeable. No one was upset. Everyone took their food to go. It was boxed up. Their bill was paid, and the restaurant was cleared by the time they arrived. And they had a nice private dinner. I maybe Googled the restaurant, and I can tell you, it's a steakhouse. It's called Prime Steak, and it has beautiful views. It's up high. It has like cityscape views. It was a good dinner. I'm impressed. I don't know who planned that. If that was her pick or his pick. I'm assuming he picked it. Drove her there.
Are we missing the fact that Taylor took the reins?
Taylor I love
took
that.
the reins.
I see that for her.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure he would have loved to dine publicly with her, but I think she was like, "Listen, let's see. Let's see how this
you need to
first
calm
date
down.
goes."
By the way, can we talk about our post?
Oh yeah, it's going
So
viral.
it's going viral by accident. I didn't think it was going to do anything. You know me. I have
You never
interesting
know.
ways of looking at things, and I love music, and so I love football, and I always think I'm like a DJ through our stories. And so when I saw Taylor in the suite going nuts when Kelsey scored a touchdown, I'm looking at this like, does she not know it's the Bears? Like, we're playing the Bears.
Hold on.
Listen,
She's
no,
a little love
listen.
struck.
It was just a
Swifties.
little, but it was a little.
Two.
A little tongue in cheek. I just found it a little funny, so I put that on our stories, and I said, and I used. You'll be impressed as a Swiftie. I used her song. You need to calm down, right? Okay.
yes.
Did you like that?
Okay, I like that. Yeah, that was
Thank
good.
you. And so I put, Taylor, and she was known. You could read her lips. She's like, "Let's effing go." And I love that she was so excited.
Yeah.
I don't get me
She
wrong.
was next
I
to his
love
mom
that.
too.
Oh,
So
I
she
love
had
it.
to really show his mom that she's.
But it was
a good
great.
girlfriend.
It was great seeing them like all excited to watch Kelsey. But then as a fan, I'm looking at it, and I just remember thinking, I was watching, I'm like, but they're playing the Bears. Like, this is not like this is like scoring a touchdown on a high school team or a Pop Warner team.
So that's the 13th
No.
straight loss for the Bears.
That was way harsh.
No, I'm harsh sometimes. And so I put can someone please tell Taylor, you need to calm down because we're playing the Bears. And it was a little joke, and it went viral.
I mean, you weren't wrong. She's learning. The Swifties.
Hey, we
stay with us.
We
the
love
ways.
Swifties.
We
love.
We're here to
Swifties.
help you learn.
We need to get ourselves some bracelets. And
We
by the
do.
way, Taylor, Swifties, let Taylor know that football is sexy is here for Taylor.
Yeah.
We can help you learn the game. We can keep you in the know. All you have to. By the way, do you know she doesn't follow anybody?
No.
I looked at her page, and I'm like, because I really want Taylor to follow us, because we are women that talk football, right? She follows 0.
It's just too hard. There's so much
But not
drama.
even
Who
one.
you follow? Do you follow?
Not even one. I laughed. I'm like, that is so smart. Because
It's so
a lot of
smart.
other big people, they'll follow like 20,
Yeah.
100.
But then there's drama if you unfollow.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
if you
People
don't
know who you're
follow,
pissed
like you
at.
follow this person, why don't you follow this person? It's like a whole
thing.
Yeah.
Um,
just be safe. 0.
So I don't think she's going to follow us. That's fine. But she can download our app and she can learn football.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Throw a fake name out there.
Swifties, let her know we're here. Football sexy.
But let's give a little credit to that game. I think, Kansas City kind of found their footing a little bit here. I think, the first week everyone was so worried with Chris Jones being out defensively, and then, Kelsey was out, and then, Mahomes restructuring his contract. But now he's getting everybody back. That was the 13th straight loss for the Bears. Justin Fields,
sorry.
I don't even know what's going on with you anymore at this point.
That's
Like,
another painful
it's
thing.
such a painful thing for Fields, but maybe he'll get it together. But, I love that Mahomes said he knew Swift was going to be there, and that's why he had to give Kelsey a
course.
touchdown. As if Kelsey wouldn't have had a touchdown
Way
on
to
his
be a
own.
wingman. Way
Yeah.
to be a wingman, though.
Yeah,
That's
good
a
looking
wing it
out.
up.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a pretty interesting game, and Kansas City's kind of getting back on track with the Kansas City momentum we all expected.
Yes, and I'm excited for them. I wanted them to come back, not beat the Niners, but I wanted them to come back and be this somewhat of a team that they were last year. You know,
Yeah.
it's weird. Even the Eagles. It's just we'll see. We'll see. This week things will turn around.
Speaking of we'll see, I just throw this in here.
Yeah.
So you have the Kelsey Taylor thing.
Yeah.
And then there's just like these little rumors about OBJ with Kim Kardashian.
I saw that.
And I find it interesting because it is completely opposite. You cannot find one picture of them together.
Right.
You cannot find anything. All you see is they're hanging out.
Yeah.
They're hanging out. So if they are truly dating, they are doing the complete opposite and keeping this on the down low. We don't want people in our business.
Well, you know what, the Kardashian curse.
So that's true too.
The Kardashian curse when it comes to dating athletes and what happens to them.
I mean, it's facts are facts.
They're never seen again. They're never seen again in the sports world.
I think she's trying to do him a solid. And she's like, let's just keep this on the DL for your sake.
Well, and for the newbies, Kim used to date Reggie Bush.
Right.
Who was the basketball player? What was his name?
Oh.
Well, Chloe had Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
we
Lamar
forgot about
Odom.
him. See, he's already gone.
Yeah.
What's his He was on the Clippers.
Chris Humphries.
There you go. See?
Yes, Chris Humphries. There was Lamar Odom. That was also thrown into, that was sad.
So we'll just keep our eye on that. You never
Yes,
know. You
yes.
never know. And as far as the game, I mean, it's nice to see, Casey start, to elevate. But I have to say, I do feel bad for Justin Fields. He seems like a really nice guy. Chicago's just having a tough time. And that's Chicago's and the Jets. They're kind of in that same boat.
Yeah.
But how about, speaking of painful, Colorado? Let's revert to college real quick.
Okay, switch
I
it
think
up.
we all
newbies.
saw that coming.
Do-
I mean,
did you see that
yeah,
coming?
there was no way. I'm sorry, Coach Prime. I love you to death, but there was no way you
They
were
were
going to
gonna
take
beat
on
Oregon?
Oregon. And I don't think they're going to beat SC either.
Did you see them practicing with their speakers too, in hopes to get ready for Oregon? It didn't. Let's not do that again. That didn't
Well,
serve you well.
They were what Melissa's referring to is that Prime's coaching staff was pushing around speakers playing Oregon's fight songs and like trying to get in everyone's head
Because
really
it's
heavily.
so loud in the stadium.
Yeah.
They're trying to like get in.
It's a loud place.
Yeah,
But I
it didn't
think
work.
I don't know what it is with the college people, and a few of the NFL teams have done this over the years too. But when you go to a visitor's field,
Yeah.
what is it about these certain players that love to get to that logo and just
That's a big no-no.
tear it up,
Oh.
make you know what I mean? Like leave the logos alone
Yeah.
because you're just gonna poke the bear. No, you're right. And apparently, some of the guys on the Colorado team were on the Oregon logo, so that didn't go over well. And then it just gets personal, as you know. We talked about clicks versus wins.
Yeah.
The Oregon coach came out and was like, this team is more about clicks, meaning they care more about the social media than they do about wins. And so it just gets personal. And then you have, what happened. It just,
But Dion was honest. He said it was a good old-fashioned butt kicking, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
They got humbled.
Now,
they got humbled, and
I
they're
don't know
hungry
if you guys
now.
heard this, but there was a gentleman on Undisputed, which we should talk about. There's so much going on with the anchors. That's a whole nother Vanderpump situation.
It really is.
But one of the guys who's a former NFL player said, I can't give names, but I'm telling you, there were so many college coaches texting the Oregon coach, giving him all that he could use to beat Coach Prime.
Wow.
That says a lot, because for whatever reason, take it for what you want, but some of those coaches do not want Coach Prime to win. And I love what he's doing. He's changing the game, and that kind of pisses me off, but it will just only make him better. And he said it. He goes, look, those coaches don't want to beat my team. They want to beat me.
Yeah.
So it's personal. So we're going to follow Colorado the whole year.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
That we,
Yeah.
On
it's
top of some of
entertaining.
the other color stuff.
Yeah.
But,
No, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're going to talk about Dion, are we going to talk about the Cowboys?
Let's talk.
Are we gonna talk about the
I'm going to
Cowboys,
let you guys
guys?
start, and because I don't want to sound biased, but
All right. Here's a fun stat
go.
for you guys.
Give it to us.
The Cowboys, when they play on turf last year, were 11-1. When they played on grass, were 1-4.
Wow.
And the Arizona Cardinals have a grass field. So I think the Cowboys woke up, went into that game, did not take Arizona seriously. I don't think I would have taken Arizona seriously.
I
either.
haven't.
No one
I
takes
haven't.
Arizona
No one has.
seriously.
We don't even know the name of his quarterback. I had to look it up. I'm like, who is this guy? And it was like Joshua Dobbs. Never heard of him.
But Dobbs showed up.
He
and,
did.
You know, the Cowboys were a little offensively banged up, and I know they didn't have a great practice that week. But I mean, I don't think anybody. I shout out to my friend Telly from The Word Alive, big Cowboys fan. I warned all you guys that you had 2 easy games, but I thought this was going to be the easiest.
Yeah.
Same.
Right?
I did
What
not
happened?
think this was going to be the game where
That
they lost their
turf grass
streak.
thing, you guys.
That's
I
a whole
don't
other
know.
convo, but
Okay.
yes, 100%.
Let's talk about the turf and the grass. So
Okay.
the Player Association just hit up the NFL and was like, listen, we want grass.
And for the newer fans, so some stadiums have grass and some stadiums have turf. And so
By the way, 14. 14, just so you know, I did a little homework.
Yeah.
14 teams have turf and do not have grass out of 32.
and there are pluses and minuses on both sides, right? So there's obviously the upkeep and the maintenance, the expense, the weather, right? If you were in somewhere where it rains and snows, I mean, all of that comes with its own conditions as well. But then the turf, how hard it is on players, the impact on their bodies, the more likelihood for injury, all of that's also a consideration. So it's such a hard call.
Well,
I see both sides.
But when you do the numbers, I'm going to tell you the numbers. You're going to
Tell
be
us.
like, you're going to roll your eyes and be like, get it done.
Right.
Like if I was
If you were playing,
do you know how much it would cost to get the rest of the stadiums to turf?
how much?
11.9.
Okay.
That's under $12 million.
Right.
Okay.
They make that in their sleep.
Yeah.
Get it done. Now, injuries happen, we know, on grass as well.
Absolutely.
Some of them happened this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's not all that, but so I think there's gonna be a little bit of a push. Now, I went to the Raiders game, and this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys know this, but they have like a track that they literally pull in and out.
Wow.
It's grass though. And
Okay.
so everybody should do that. Like I don't know what they do, but it's like literally like a track you pull in.
Yeah.
And then you pull out when you're not using the grass. So it keeps the grass, I guess.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
crazy.
So that's an answer for
There-
those
exactly.
more weather burdened teams.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I think that might be the model moving forward. But I mean, Dallas, this whole thing, here we go. All my Dallas friends, shout out to all my Dallas friends. I have a lot. And
All those
I have-
Dodger fans?
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. I have a theory that
Right.
every Dodger fan that I know is also a Dallas fan. It's
I can't
so
unhear
weird.
it now.
Yeah.
Since you've said that, it's
Right.
like everywhere I go,
It's
I'm
totally
like,
true.
it's your Dodger.
But they were so hyped. We were going to the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. And then, boom.
And so many major sports shows were also every sports show was saying Dallas is going to the Super Bowl. Dallas is a team to watch. What
I
happened?
would love to hear what Skip
What
Bayless
happened?
has to say about this.
He didn't say anything.
No,
you know what
he
he
did
did?
not.
He just laughed.
Yeah,
All
I laughed too.
he did was laugh.
I'd laugh too.
Yeah.
That was awful.
No.
That was awful. I can't believe. I mean, nobody got that right in the pick'ems. We're gonna check at the end of the podcast.
I did
here, but
not get that right.
I did not.
No.
pick
Yeah, I did not get
the
that
Cardinals.
right.
to come
That
out.
would be like an accidental pick. I feel.
Here's the thing with Dak.
Lay it down, Monica. Give it to us.
He reminds me, I'm going to get hate for this too.
It's okay.
We're not here
It's
to make
okay.
friends. What am I going
No.
to tell you? He reminds me of Jimmy a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And the fact that I have watched first of all, let me preface, I have watched every 49er game since I can remember. Okay. Since DirecTV came out, since I was able to. Okay. And as much as I live Jimmy, I'm telling you, in this here we go. I can hear the fan base.
No, it's
the
okay.
fan base is also divided on Jimmy. And even though he's not on our team, there's still this riot about Jimmy. But I'm just going to say it from my perspective. When Jimmy would play, you would get so excited, but in the same second, you would be holding your breath, scared to death.
Yeah.
Because you never had that comfortability. You never could feel safe.
Like he was really going to carry the team.
Just on one play. I
Right.
just need you on one play.
Right.
Now, when you had Tom Brady back there, Aaron Rodgers, you never had the anxiety that you have, right? And so I'm not a Dallas fan, but I have a feeling that some of those Dallas fans have that same anxiety of you're either about to score a touchdown or you're about ready to get a 6-pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no in between.
No, absolutely.
And from the last interception that I saw from him, I was so sad for all the Dallas fans because I'm like, oh my God, it was horrible. It was right in the middle of the end zone. That I don't even know what player it was, but he was covered by 3 Cardinals. It was just a bad decision, and it cost them the game.
Absolutely.
It cost them the game. And I don't know what Dallas fans are going to do October 8th.
Yeah, that's a big one.
October
big
8th.
one.
And I posted about that too. Should I go? Should I stay?
You should go.
I
You
still
should
haven't
go.
canceled my flight, but I'm thinking I'm going to be locked in at home.
I would watch it from home.
I know, right?
I'd watch it from home.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not helping NFL ticket sales here, but
I
I'd watch
know.
it from home.
I know.
But again, week 3, man. How about we have to touch it. The battle between the 0 and hopefully not 3s, the Minnesota Vikings and the and
From
the
a
LA
quarterback
Chargers.
that you can't depend on to a quarterback you can. Herbert.
Listen, Herbert threw over 400
Wow.
yards
Yep.
in that game. Okay,
Bravo.
And
That
you know
was
what? That was an
impressive.
amazing performance by
Yeah.
him. Here's what I'm going to ask, Coach. What are you thinking? The game is ours to win. You're on the -24. It's 4th and whatever. And apparently, like I said, we're just
Yep.
going for it on 4th down.
You've been saying that. You have been
So
saying that.
It's the same things they did against the Browns. And if you remember, our boy Keenan Allen tweeted about it real quickly and then deleted it.
Yeah.
But then this year came out and said, you know what? I actually support Coach's decision. And here's my thoughts on that. As a defensive player, if my coach made the decision that we're going to go for it on 4th in that position, I feel really strong. Like, my coach believes in me. He believes in our defense. He knows we can handle this no matter what.
Yeah.
But as an offensive player, you're like, why don't you guys have any QB sneak plays ready? Herbert isn't a tiny little dude.
Right.
You're telling me you can't get 3 offensive linemen to just shove him and sneak him into there? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So whatever, they go for it. The ball goes back. You give Kirk Cousins time on the clock,
Yes.
which made me very nervous.
Yes, me
Both
too.
these teams don't want to be 0-3.
No, no.
And then luckily our defense with that pick at the end crushed it. Chargers secure a victory.
I was
Welcome
not
to the winning
happy
side of
with
the
that,
world.
by the way.
I thought the Vikings were going to take it.
We all did.
I knew. I wanted the Chargers for you, but I just was like, the Vikings are the better team. And honestly, they weren't. It was like Cousins was playing by himself. I put this on my Instagram. I'm like, it's like watching him. He's carrying the entire team. There's no O-line. Like, it was so messy. I felt bad for him.
And Hawkinson, hello, tight ends coming back this year. Hawkinson had great game again for the Vikings, and he seems to be Cousins' go-to right now. But
Right.
I was definitely worried in that last minute. What are you doing, Coach Stanley? I don't even understand anymore. And
No.
it was hard for me. I was.
But
holding
didn't
my
that
breath.
game end on a pick from
Yeah,
the
the-
Vikings, right? From
No,
Kurt.
the Chargers defense.
That's
picked it
right.
off.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Vikings, Kurt
Threw
threw
a pick.
an
Yes.
INT. I was like, are you
Yes.
serious? Oh, yeah. It was in the end zone, if I remember
Because the
correctly.
Chargers defense is strong.
Oh, my God.
It was hard. It was a hard game to watch because I just felt like it was messy. It
And a
was just
win in
messy.
Minnesota. Bravo.
I
Come
know.
on.
I
Well,
know.
I
Kurt,
was
gotta get
going-
those Kohl's cash lined up, and you gotta
You
get some
see
new
his
guys.
outfit walking into the game?
Oh, my
The
God.
guy's
Love
coolest
him.
outfit you've ever seen.
I love his Kohl's outfit, head to toe. Way to rep. Where's that brand deal though?
Seriously.
His fits are literally from Kohl's.
No,
like when everybody else is wearing like Louis Vuitton
Yeah.
and Christian Dior, he is like kicking it with Kohl's.
and he's
the
so
Sperry's.
I love it.
He's so proud. He's like,
Him
my
and Brock.
wife
Him and Brock.
dropped. Yeah, he's like, my wife dresses me, and she's like, this is his Kohl's section of his closet. And she's like so proud. They're just the
They're down
darn,
to
the
earth.
sweetest.
They're seeing good. Well, you watched the Cole quarterback Netflix,
Yes.
so you're all
Yes.
into him. I was a little bored as we remember.
I know.
but,
It
you know.
was not the best season.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do it again. We'll see. We'll
How
see.
about your Niners?
I was waiting. I didn't want to bring it
You
up.
didn't want to go there first? I'll go there
I didn't want to bring it up and look, Go ahead.
CMC,
Give it to
man.
me, girl.
Listen, I don't know what I keep saying the same thing every week. I sound like a broken record. You guys are so strong. You have so many targets. You are clicking.
She's
on
like, tell me
every
more,
cylinder.
tell me
It is
more.
so
Stop.
hard.
Stop.
CMC is a beast. I don't know what to say. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, get out of here. You are Mr. Everything right now.
No.
What were those stats? What were those stats that you had?
In fact, by the way, he has not lost a regular game since he started. We lost one game. That's when he got hurt. We scored over 30 points in the last 3 games. I mean, we're killing it right now. And we don't even have Brandon Ayuk healthy yet.
No.
So hold on to your whatever. We are coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you keep saying don't jinx us. So I keep thinking, I keep hearing that. I'm like, we are, to me, stacked.
Yeah.
And between, I think Miami and the Niners are the two best teams out there right now. You can tell
What do
me.
you think, Sanaz? I saw that look on your face.
Sorry,
They're the most
Kansas City, they're 3 or 4. I'm sorry.
Okay, but remember, Miami's played a lot of warm games. They're
Oh.
gonna go. The weather is a change.
Well, it's like we're playing ourselves anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I look at Miami Dolphins like 49ers junior, right? So they have my coach, they have my running back. I'm always going to take credit. I'm just letting you know. The 49er junior. You know what I mean?
We are our own person. We are our own team. I can just hear them out there.
Oh, no. But I don't take credit for Salah at the Jets.
No,
So there's that.
no. Don't. That's a mistake. We don't want
Only
to
the
talk
good
about.
ones.
So there's
Only the
that.
good ones.
But no, the Niners, I think, I mean, even for me as a fan to watch them play, it's just, we have so many weapons. And Brock, I'm telling you, like, he is dialed in. He's all business. He's not flashy. He just wants to win.
And I didn't give him a lot of credit in the beginning of the season. I was very worried about him, but he's so far. I'm like, knock on wood.
Can you imagine?
And Brock,
literally,
we trust. I was so glad when you guys got rid of Trey. Get him out of here.
Yes.
You wasted a bunch of draft picks on him anyway.
Trey
No.
who? Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
That was an organizational mistake.
Yes.
But you got him out. You
Maybe he'll go
cleared
to
it
the
out.
Jets.
Oh my god.
Maybe what? No, I'm saying
Womp womp.
what- no, I mean, what are the Jets?
At
I don't want to
this
go back to the
point-
Jets, but I don't. They need another quarterback
No.
at the end of the day. I think Trey should go.
I think Cousins should go.
This is going to be interesting. But
Why do you want him to leave Minnesota?
He's the only good player. Go to a different
Skull Vikings
team.
School. Give them something. They're gonna bounce back this week.
Okay,
They're gonna
okay.
bounce-
we'll see. But going back to the Niners, can you imagine? And I don't even. If you noticed, when people talk about the Niners this year, nobody rarely even says Mr. Irrelevant anymore because he's so relevant.
Yeah.
He is now becoming one of the top QBs in the league. Period. Hands down, not only stat wise, but if you watch him play, he gets the ball out quick. He makes good decisions. He's got no INTs, and has the locker room.
Yeah.
Now, if I woke up as a quarterback, new to the NFL, and I woke up and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's George Kittle. Oh, there's Deebo Samuel. Oh, there's CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Oh, there's Brian Knight. Dude, and then I look at my defense and I've got Fred Warner and Howard and I've got all these guys and Green. He should
Let's
be.
not forget about Bosa.
Yeah, I was
gonna
waiting for
hold
that.
on. The
Mr.
Bear,
Moneybags.
the Bear, and don't forget, don't sleep on Drake.
Oh yeah.
Drake from USC.
Yeah.
3 sacks. My boy, right? He doesn't know whatever, but we see you, Drake, not Drake, the rapper, Drake Jackson.
Not Champagne Poppy.
And all I'm saying is, like, not only is Brock an amazing quarterback, but he's a good guy. He has faith. He's a well-mannered person.
She's having like the mom this episode. This one is
Really
And
like
I
the
love
mama-
it. No,
like the mama bear.
I love everything about what we're doing right now as an organization. Kyle sometimes scares me. We already know this. But even Kyle and John just extended their contracts. So this is our team, and we are built to get number 6. I say it here. I say it now. And next man up, I don't care what, as long as we stay healthy. Right? As long as we have our quarterback, I think even if some of the other people got injured, and I don't want that, of course, but we have enough talent that we're going to make this. I mean, we've even got Elijah Mitchell. So if something, I mean, we are just stacked. So we are coming, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. Quest
Say it.
for 6.
Oh,
I'm calling it. I've been
official.
calling it, and I'm not
Officially.
shying
But
away
look
from
at
it.
the difference when you have an organization backing a quarterback like Brock, who he's green still, he's wet behind the ears, and then look at poor Justin Fields.
Right.
Look at Russell Wilson.
Right.
So it's like you see Justin Fields is kind of in that Brock category, both new.
Yeah.
Wilson's a veteran.
Yeah.
But when you don't have the support of your organization,
publicly.
you have
publicly.
nothing.
Publicly.
Why would you want to go out there and like do anything? And
Yeah.
like we said, Brock surprised a lot of people. I mean, I knew he was the truth. I
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys are the team to beat. It is 100% in my head. You're going to the Super Bowl. It's hard for me to say that. but it's
Red
the truth.
out.
The
You know,
hardest
there's a-
part will be winning the Super Bowl.
you-
We don't have a problem going to
Right,
the Super
that's
Bowl.
true.
We have a problem winning.
That is
Super Bowls.
100%
Do
true.
you guys know
that
when
is
the last time the
100%.
Chargers were in the Super Bowl?
I don't remember.
I
It was
alive?
against the 49ers, and we lost.
84? 84. See?
I wasn't alive yet.
84.
So
Sorry.
it's all right, but
Kind of.
like no, this is what we're here to talk about. Like you're going to the Super Bowl. It's going to be a battle. But you guys look so good. It's just unfair at this point. I'm going to be going out to Vegas in October. I really would just want to look at what the betting odds are for you guys. It's
yeah.
probably like
Find out
it's
for us.
ridiculous.
Find out.
You know?
I heard, but I don't remember. But I will say this, like you said, we have no problem getting to the playoffs, and we had no problem getting to the Super Bowl. We have a problem, not a problem. We just need to bring it home.
Yes.
We need to bring it home.
Yes.
And I have memories, like every 49er fan, interceptions killed us against the
Devastating.
Chiefs.
Devastating.
I will forever remember Jimmy Garoppolo. Everybody in the stands knew he was going to throw it to Crabtree, including Richard Sherman. And I was, again, I'm sitting there as a 49er go, don't do it. Don't do it. And Kaepernick, and I won't even get into that.
I miss Frank Gore.
I have pain.
oh,
I
yeah.
miss Frank
Oh,
Gore. You guys
yeah.
remember Frank the Tank?
I think we're going to get him on our podcast.
Everyone just
I would
does this.
love to get him here.
Frank
have
Gore.
friends of
Just
friends.
that's the
Little tank.
That's
I have friends of friends, and I
Oh.
think that we might be able to get Frank on the.
Oh.
yeah, I'm working. on it.
I'd rather have Frank than Crabtree. No offense, but I'd rather have Frank.
Well, there goes
He's
Crabtree.
fine.
Now he's not
Well,
coming.
no,
so
I'm not- listen.
So now we're
Change
stuck
my
with
mind.
Frank.
Change my mind.
Sorry, Crabtree.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, I mean, by the way, I don't think we could leave here without talking about the Raiders as you
geez.
call it.
Yes,
What?
Raider Nation.
Again, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean,
on-
they weren't in my pick'ems. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
I,
Did you see any of the game?
I did, and it was. I don't know. I mean, Raiders fans are not gonna love us, but it was not exciting. They're a lackluster team. I didn't expect much. It was a slow start. It didn't hold my attention.
You arguably are playing in one of the nicest arenas in one of the most electrifying cities, and you bore me to tears.
Yes.
The Las Vegas Raiders
Oh,
bore
we're
me
in trouble.
to tears.
Same.
And
Same.
your decisions, I don't know what's going on the sidelines.
Hold on.
You can do it.
Can we? If we had we should do this. Worst decision of the weekend
That'd be
or the
Oh.
week
between my Chargers and the Raiders. I don't know.
because
Oh.
no, the Raiders would win this week. The worst decision in my
I don't know, the
humble opinion.
Vikings?
No, girl, Melissa. 2 minutes, 22 seconds, fourth quarter. Okay, Raiders are down by 8.
It was a little math equation here.
Okay.
Okay, you're down by 8. Let's do some math.
I don't
okay?
remember what yard line, but we're close enough to go for it.
Yeah.
like right.
Yeah.
They kick a field goal, and you could feel
And a field
What's
goal-
3 minus 8, guys?
5.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So
guess what they lost by?
what?
5.
Oh.
Maybe we're not math freaking maticians, but why, if you need 8 with 2 minutes left to go,
Because they
why
were
are you
hoping for
not
the
going
onside
for
kick,
it?
which is I'm so sick of
No.
seeing the onside kick, and that's what they were hoping. I think they really thought offensively they could just turn something around.
That just
and
it doesn't even make sense.
typical Raider decision.
I know.
Well, you know what it is? It's the visor. It's the visor
It's the visor.
is messing up his thought process.
It's a little too much pressure on the temples.
I think he's the only one in the NFL that wears a visor, and I would switch it up. You know, I
Yeah.
always say switch it
Oh,
up.
okay.
Get a haircut, do something. I would like to see Josh McDaniels wear a regular hat this week
Why
and
don't
see
we
if it
send him a
changes.
football is sexy?
Yeah, we'll
Let's
send him
send
a
him
hat.
one. Maybe he
Josh, we're
needs
gonna
one.
send you a football sexy
Okay.
hat.
Okay.
See if it'll change up the vibe for the
Right.
Raiders.
Maybe it's too much
I'm
air
looking
getting to
out.
that brain. I don't
Something's
know.
up.
I don't know.
Let's help them out.
But
just saying.
Raider Nation, I mean, something's got to give.
I agree.
Something's got to change
I'd be
here.
very frustrated if I were a Vikings fan or if I were a Raiders fan. I would be very frustrated. Like, let me play.
But
Put me
week
in,
3,
coach.
people are showing up. I feel like week 3, we're settling in. Now we're starting to see characteristics of all.
We're
these
settling
teams.
out.
We're settling out.
Some people are settling out.
Like, I mean, we've gotten through so many injuries. So
Yes.
many injuries that have just crushed fantasy football teams, that have
Yes.
crushed hopes.
Yeah.
And
Entire
now,
organizations like the Jets.
I mean, week 4, here we go. I feel like every team kind of has now, we kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
Pick'ems will probably start to look a little better now.
Yes.
And
Would you talk about the pick'ems real quick? Do you know I almost cried again? Something is wrong with me. I was looking at the pick'ems. I'm like,
here
yes,
she goes.
Here she goes.
Here she goes.
I got the.
What had happened was
I picked the Patriots, and I looked, and I'm looking at my wins, and I'm like, what? I was mortified. Somehow I clicked the Jets. Somehow, you know, I didn't do that on purpose. God,
You know what? Maybe if anyone out there is great with IT, maybe there's a glitch in our app.
There's a
and when only
glitch in
Monica
my,
picks
no,
picks.
it's my. I was like,
Only Monica's though.
I gotta do the pick'ems when my contacts are in because
That
something's
might be
not
it.
happening. I'm gonna double
It's her
check this
contacts
time.
now.
It's happened
It's her
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. Wait a minute. There was another bad play.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Well, you know this has happened now 3 times. This was the third. It happened once with Dan Orlowski, if I'm pronouncing it correct, and then Jimmy Garoppolo did it as well. And then what's the Jaguars quarterback? What happens is quarterbacks, just a little FYI, especially to the newbies, quarterbacks, when you are in your own end zone, you can't step out. You can't step out of the end zone.
Not allowed.
It's not allowed. You have to keep playing on the field. And guess what happened? He went out of the end zone.
Yeah.
He did a Dan gets happy every time another quarterback does what he did because he got crucified for going out of the end zone. Jimmy was number 2. And so now there are 3 quarterbacks in NFL history that actually tried to play on the field that isn't part of the field.
You know, man, sometimes you don't have the awareness of where your feet are. I mean, that's why it's so important, you know, whenever they're replaying those catches to make sure both feet are in bounds all the time. Like, sometimes you just don't have that awareness.
It was just funny. And it's just one of those things,
it's
right?
just, I mean, what are you going to do at that point?
I don't know, but they lost 22-19.
Well, I think we all saw that coming. I know I got that pick 'em right. So.
With the Colts? You picked the Colts?
I think I did pick the Colts.
I picked the
Shut
Colts
up.
too.
I did.
You picked the Colts?
Yeah, let's get into the pick'ems. We
Yeah.
need to see where we are.
Where are we?
I
where
shouldn't
are
even
we?
play.
Between the
So-
3 of us, I think Sanaz
Are you
is
gonna go?
still beating us.
Let me.
Oh, I
Well,
definitely am not doing good on the pick'ems.
So here we go. Opening our app. Here.
Okay. Hey guys,
Pick'ems.
if I pick something, pick the opposite and you will win.
So I just opened up the app and it said, "Congratulations, this week you are a Pro Bowler.
Ooh, I got that
3
too.
first downs."
Okay, but you know there's one above Pro Bowler.
Oh, I
Not
haven't
to-
gotten that
not
one.
to-
I haven't gotten that one yet.
Okay.
Okay, the leaderboard.
MVP.
here.
I was real
We-
proud of myself too.
I'm number 10.
It's good.
I'm 10.
You were 10 last week too, which
Yes.
says a lot. You stayed.
Dude, Stephanie Cornell is still number 1
Wow.
with 32 correct picks.
Shout out to Stephanie.
What's up? Number 2 is Alondra Rodriguez Benitez with 31
Ooh.
picks.
Okay.
Number 3 is Ambi Anderson with 31. And we'll do 4 too because it's also at 31 is Eric Turner. Now, I think it's really cute that they are Niner fans and then 1 Kansas City fan, by the way.
Shout
Hey,
out.
shout out to
Way to represent.
Now, shout out to everybody that's playing on our pick'ems. If you haven't or don't know what we're talking about, go to your either Apple Store or Google Play and download our app. Football is sexy. There's so many things. It's everything football that you can imagine. But the pick'ems we are having so much fun. Literally, you just click on a helmet of who you think's gonna win.
You know what someone told me they loved about our app the most was like watching the games. Like, you know, there's so many terms being thrown out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't, you know everything. Like offsides is confusing with false start. And like you go to the app, you go into the talk area and you can just instantly get a quick, not encyclopedia answer on
Right.
what
Yeah.
everything is.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy.
And
Yeah.
I don't even know if you guys know this, but I call it Sexy Talk, which is the football glossary, right? I literally wrote those myself.
Oh no, I know you did.
Every single one.
I love it.
So it has a little bit of a flair,
Yeah.
right? And it's not as like
Cut and dry.
cut and dry.
Yeah.
Well, because when I looked up some of this stuff years ago, I'm like, now I'm more confused
Yeah.
than when I asked the question. I don't know
Yes.
what this means.
Yes.
And then you give me 2.5 version of the play.
Or you get mansplained. Or you get mansplained. The
No.
long answer to this simple question that you couldn't find in the Football is Sexy app. Do we want to get into this week's pick'ems? Do you want to see?
Let's do them real quick.
Let's do
Yeah.
'em.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, I also want to point out that there are 356 people on the app, so that are in the
Love
pick'ems.
that.
So it's not
Just the
just
pick'ems,
it's not
not
just
in
a,
the app.
Yeah, not just a few of us.
Because everybody was playing, I was just going to do a top 100, but there's so many.
There's so many.
I'm actually going to cut it off probably at 100, 200.
Ooh, okay, this is your warning. You better get in now.
Yeah.
All right, so pick'ems for this week. What do we think? Let's see. Let me scroll back up.
Lions at Packers.
You know I'm a softie for the Lions. I love my Dan Campbell team, so I have
Lions?
them. I have them picked.
Monica?
I don't even think I should play, but I'm going to pick the wrong thing. But I'm going to go with, who was it?
Lions at Packers.
At Packers?
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing the home teams and it's not working out. So
The
I'm
Lions
going to go
won
with
last week.
Detroit.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Atlanta at Jacksonville.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Atlanta too.
Miami at Buffalo.
I have the Dolphins.
That's a test.
They're gonna keep
No.
That's
going.
a first test.
49ers Junior.
Okay.
Miami.
Okay. Minnesota at Carolina.
Kirk
I'm
Cousins
so
is
over.
coming back.
I'm
Cousins is
so
coming
over
back.
Minnesota. I am not ever going to do them again. I'm so mad at them.
So we got a Carolina and we got a Viking over there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, the
Cole's
Denver
cash.
Donkeys, Broncos, my bad, at Chicago Bears.
Okay. The memes on that alone is hilarious.
I'm giving it. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Denver.
I think they're going to be
Yeah.
0. I think they're going to tie at 0.
It's gonna be a very fair fight.
You
It's
can
gonna be a
tie
very
in
fair
the
fight.
NFL.
It's a fair
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
No, you got to
Yeah.
tie. No.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Baltimore at Cleveland.
I'm rooting for the Browns, you guys.
No, Ravens.
you?
Yeah.
All day. Ravens.
I really-
my
that's gonna be
fantasy
a tough
quarterback.
one.
He's rushing them TDs.
I don't know that Lamar's going to lose twice, but right now the Browns are looking really good.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They're bouncing back
Yeah.
without Nick Chubb. Okay. Steelers at Texans.
Oh, the Steelers defense. They are
Steelers are
playing
looking
well.
good,
Yes.
but I don't know.
I'm going with Houston.
Houston
I'm
might
going with
come
Houston.
on.
I think offensively they're.
I think I'm just going to pick what Sanaz picks.
No, please don't.
That's not fair.
Let me get
No
my
cheating.
Somebody give me a pen so I
Well,
can write down Sanaz
Then we
picks.
got the LA Rams at the Colts.
Gosh.
Yeah. gotta go
Is
Rams.
our Paku, what's his name? Is he playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go with that
You
guy.
gotta go with the
I'm going to
Rams.
go with the Rams.
MJ?
I have the where are we? Rams. No, I have the Colts. I have the
Okay,
Colts.
okay.
I already picked, so I'm not changing them. I'm trying
No
to stick
offense,
to
I'm
my
gonna go with Sanaz.
sticking to my OG picks here.
Then we got Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
Oh, I have
Winston's
the Saints.
in. Derek Carr's out, so I'm going to go with
You think the Bucks?
yeah.
All
Baker
right.
Mayfield. Again, you got Baker Mayfield versus Jameson.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks. Mike Evans.
I'm gonna
to
go with
me
the
is-
Bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with them. We got the Washington Commanders at the Eagles. I think we got to say fly Eagles fly.
Eagles.
To that
Oh
one.
yeah.
Commanders. Let's see what their name is next year, huh?
It better
Right.
change.
Then we got the Joe Burrows, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Tennessee Titans.
I just have a soft spot for Nashville.
Okay.
So I think the
But
Bengals
that's
are
what
gonna.
gets me into trouble. You
But
can't
Joe's
have
gonna
a soft
put no.
spot when
Joe's
you-
gonna.
He has
you
one
can't-
more
you-
in him. He's
Here's
got
my
one more
problem.
in
You
him.
can't have a soft spot.
No,
on
you really
pick'ems.
can't.
You can't. And
No.
so I'm too emotional on the Scorpio. I'm gonna have to just get in there and go. What was it?
Bengals
was,
and Titans.
Bengals Titans.
I have to go Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bengals.
Then we got the Raiders at the Chargers. I'm picking the Chargers. The Chargers.
No
baby.
Chargers
surprise.
should win that
Raiders. Yeah. no.
Thank you. Patriots at Cowboys.
Cowboys are gonna- Cowboys better
are,
back.
they have a
They better
vengeance.
win.
Yeah.
Cardinals at Niners. Easy. All day.
Well, it's not
Niners.
really. They've been coming on,
Come
but
on.
the Niners will win.
Yes.
Kansas City at Jets. I mean, so
mean,
here's the thing about that game,
Mahomes.
right?
Kansas City.
So remember, Mahomes kind of tweaked his ankle in that game.
yeah.
So
He'll be fine.
could you imagine a worse game than? I'm so sorry. Those two quarterbacks. If Mahomes isn't playing, you got the backup over there, and then you got quarterback. Whatever.
Is that
it?
Oh no! Last one is Seattle at New York Giants. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Geno Smith and Seattle.
Ooh, yeah.
Wishing everyone
Seattle.
good luck, guys.
Oh my God! I mean,
All
this was
right.
it. Are
Locked
we
them
ready?
in.
Is there
We're
anything
locked
else?
in.
We're gonna wrap up, and yeah, what a week it was, and it's just beginning because now we're into week 4.
Yeah, and welcome to all the Swiftie fans.
Welcome, Swiftie fans,
You are welcome
and let
here.
everybody know we are here to talk and teach football, and as always, keep it sexy.